Hello. Welcome to the WardiTV Summer Cup qualifiers. Little qualifier today, guys. We got 9 signups, so not a lot. Not super busy, not super crazy. And we get ready to dive on in to cast some games. We're going to start with MaNa vs Nicorect. We'll probably be trying to cover both semi-finals and then going from there into the finals. If players want to play, there is prize money on the line for top 2, but top 4 are qualified. So we'll see what today's going to look like and see how things are going to go as we get this one up, running, and operational. Again, thanks for joining us early on the day. And good to see you guys with us as we get ready to rumble. Is there a Wikipedia page? Nope. Not with anything on it just yet. Challenge is the live bracket. It is the most up-to-date and has the most information on it. Wikipedia at some point might update, but with the live cups it's sometimes not quite as updated and stuff like that, so yeah. Alright, MaNa Nicorect, some TVP to start us off today. Again, hello, welcome. Full month of Wardy days, hell yeah, booyah. Thank you for the 30 stream watch streak. Hello, Psychons, how you doing as well? MaNa Nicorect to start the day off. A little bit of TVP action when it gets into the top 4. So winner's just qualified already, which is nice. We don't have anyone that gets a buy into being qualified, but winner of this gets qualified, and obviously that would be very nice for them as we figure out who's going to take that position. There's another qualifier tomorrow as well. Have that probe. Checking the main base, pulling back again. Factory, Orbital Command, and the Reaper continue to come through. That Cybercore is finishing very shortly on the side of MaNa, so we'll get that finished up and we'll get this on the way. This probe, trying a little bit sneaky early on, trying to see what's going on. Yeah, like I said, just a small stream today, and probably tomorrow as well, guys. We might do a bit of a longer one tomorrow. We might do some non-StarCraft stuff after. Zero Space comes into early access in a few days, so we can't do that just yet. I'm just thinking about when we can maybe do a little bit of that, but answer is not just yet. Yeah, I'm going to try and play some Zero Space because we're going to be doing some casting for it for another event, so we're going to be doing a little bit of that at some stage. As this Reaper, sorry, is already getting active. It's going to get the probe, so Nicorect gets the probe kill. They got the pylon down, so we're not too delayed here. We can obviously, throw us down and deny the CC on the low ground, but we're kind of not building the CC on the low ground anyways. I'm not sure how much this is really going to do. We are going to get the Zealot. Once the Zealot goes down, do we want to fight the Stalker? You obviously have regenerable HP on the Reaper, but decided not to. I mean, maybe with 2 more Reapers, then you can fight the Stalker, right? So maybe you want to preserve these first couple units. 1 SCV comes off the line, make that 3 SCVs coming off the line to repair this Hellion back up to HP. Getting that healthy again as we turn back around to the low ground, and we are going to go, like I say, this Stalker may be in a bit of trouble, but then there's a second Stalker, and that should be enough damage to be okay here, even with the additional Reapers showing up. The only issue is obviously the Stalkers do run a lot here, and if they stop running, they turn into the fight, then they put themselves in danger. We're going to drop the recall. That is going to be good to save the second Stalker at least. But MaNa loses the Stalker there, so Nicorect benefits from the early unit production. Lost a Hellion, so he doesn't have as much damage output when it comes across the map here, and that is one thing to keep in mind, that there's not as much damage to kind of put on, kind of following this up. 2 Stalkers at the front just going to poke that Hellion. It is about to go down, and the Reapers are going to go run through. Nice grenade, it's well placed, going to push the Stalkers back. We have another Stalker nearby though, and that is going to let the Reapers escape out. 2 of them stay alive. This was not as successful as Nicorect was hoping for. I think he wanted some probes here, but he's not going to be able to find anything. And let's just have a couple of Reapers coming back around into the center, trying to see what else is going on. Alright, so those units gather up. Just going to take the healing shrine for a couple of seconds. I got healed up. A couple of Reapers in the Cyclone going out over to the far left. Again, Blink's about halfway done. A robotics facility. The gateway coming online as well. The 2 Stalkers Like to try and get a bit aggressive here, but it's going to be -1 Stalker from the Cyclone lock-on. This Stalker gets popped in a nice way. The Stalker from the bottom is going to kill the Cyclone. Okay, so it's not all for naught, at least. The only thing I will say is that Cyclone is not as useful as the game progresses, whereas obviously the Stalker count kind of is useful as the game progresses. So that is going to be a difference here already. Having these Stalkers continue to gather together for a few moments. Actually going to push their way towards the upper left side. A couple of these Reapers in trouble straight away. First Reaper already taking some shots. Sorry, got me a sec, guys. So I just had to clear the throat. As, I like the Nikorek still being a bit active with the Reapers. At least he's getting a little bit of something done over the next little while. And these Stalkers of MaNa start to push out forwards to the map as well. And then a couple of Reapers off over to the right, escaping away. Charge coming up, Stalkers on the way. Nexus and the Gateway continuing to produce. Got that Banshee with Cloak being activated now as well, so we'll see what we can do here. But it flies in, sees a battery, and it just doesn't even fire, which probably makes sense. There's an Observer here too. Unfortunately, this Banshee now takes damage. Would it be nice if we wait for the second Banshee and together they go in, having not really shown itself too much before then. Bunker sets tidy at the front, a few Stalkers gather. The Marines and a couple of Reapers hanging about as well. Going to be seeing this barracks floating over to the side. We're going to start looking towards some bio upgrades in these next few moments. So looking to get that underway. This Observer comes into the main base, trying to see what's going on. Stalkers will work its way through the engineering bay. That is going to be a cancel. Marauder, Marine, Stimpack coming through. The third barracks going to lift off and move over to the tech lab as well. And a couple more units being shot at. 2 probes already going down. 3 workers going down, but we get some Stalkers. It's the Banshees that are getting the probes, so unfortunately for MaNa, he's kind of losing on the other side, and he's losing on this side. And there's going to be more probes you can grab on this third base easily. 1, 2, and that should be all 3 of them before we get away with the Banshees. Nearly this fourth one, a second soon, and it would have actually been in a lot of trouble. And the Stalkers blink up, trying to chase those Banshees, and for the moment at least, those Banshees do make a getaway. Just the Banshee to get out of there. A little bit of bio and tank joining up together over here as well. A couple Stalkers still gathering around. Banshee going to fire a few more shots still. A couple more of these probes taking damage once more. The Stalkers would like to try and get in underneath this Banshee and do a little extra. Banshee taking a bit of damage. The probes gathering up as well. Storm coming over. Stimpack combat shield all on its way. And +1 upgrade coming through also. Just momentarily. Bio, tank, and medevacs continue to gather through. Just going to see the couple of Widow Mines. Going to start burrowing. A couple of SCVs already begin to go down. There's 3 SCVs that go down at the moment, so pretty reasonable for a moment or so. Just gonna see the couple units are gonna go move across. It's gonna be seen +1. The concussive shells coming through. Marauder and a couple of Widow Mines still building up as well. Continue to bring this over. Bio trying to push on the other side. Sorry, I had an admin thing, so lost track of this for a second. Just gonna see the Bio continue to come about here. A couple of Zelts are still charging in. The siege tank is gonna get picked off. A couple Stalkers going down. The Archon is still gonna be there too. Bunch shooting out over here. Battery's actually drained, so we're going to get some more damage. MaNa keeps bleeding out to the harassment, but has a pretty good time against the army at least, so there is a benefit to that at the moment. And a few probes gather. Ghost Academy is on its way up. A couple of medevacs, Marauders, and the attack upgrade, armor upgrade coming through as well. So continue to bring that into play at the moment. Medevac loads up. The 4 Widow Mines are already going to make their way across through the center of the map. A couple of Stalkers want to try and get after that Banshee. Trying to hit in for a couple seconds, not quite able to. The 4th base in the top left going to come into play as well. We have 2 more barracks coming up. The Orbital Command coming through. It's going to be 5 barracks in total. So 5 barracks coming in. A couple of Widow Mines are going to split themselves out. Banshee Moving across, and there is the medevac coming over with the Wood Mine drop. Once again into this mineral line. A bunch of these probes are going to be in trouble. 2, 3, 7 workers going down. It's a lot of workers dropping at the moment. I'm just going to be seeing this medevac is taking a few more shots, a few more hits coming through. 7 probes have gone down. That next in the top left coming into place as well. Still got that forge on the way. Still got the gate. Still bringing everything else together at the moment. Just going to be having this cannon still on its way in then. So again, bring that up into position. See what we can do. Pushing across, Water Mines do burrow. We are going to be seeing this army from MaNa looking to maybe engage from the upper right side down onto this, but it doesn't seem as though it's going to happen, so nothing just yet. Six probes dead again, by the way. Sorry, the harassment continues. Those Banshees are back. Are they the same 2 Banshees they've just never been dealt with? Wow, that's crazy. 25 kills on them. I mean, that makes sense too. We keep seeing them come in with a whole bunch of kills. MaNa at least is, like I say, on that 4th base on the upper left-hand side. The 9, the 5th here from the correct is nice, but it's not game-ending or anything for MaNa. We are going to lose both Banshees, it seems. So they have been heroes. 26 kills between them, a cancelled Nexus. Pretty solid stuff as the bio on the top side. Pulling away. T2 upgrades. Building with the +1 ship weapon, so that is going to be a big upgrade lead for Nicorect. It's going to be nice. A lot of the time you see the Protoss players in the kind of upgrade lead position in these scenarios, but going to be kind of flipping the script on that one this time around. Bio still on the move. A couple high tempos are nearby. 5 Zealots are warping in. Those ghosts are considering what their next move will be. When they move down around this bottom side, Bio will stim at this base. That's going to be in some trouble. We'll drop the EMP down. Both the units gathering together. Another EMP available right here. Does not hit the high tempo though. Nicorect just sends it onto the Nexus. However, MaNa's about to wrap around on this. Wraparounds as a Protoss player are always scary because if your opponent just dives on one side of you, do you lose too much before the wraparound really commences? It's a nice storm, but then we can step to the left. We hit the EMP on the left side. There's another EMP available. It'll be great onto the High Templar here. There's a couple more storms that will drop. It's a messy fight. MaNa's losing a lot of the expensive units, a lot of the High Templar. He's going to clean up everything. Both the medevacs that had units inside go down. It's one empty medevac into the main base. So MaNa kills everything off, and he will continue over through the bottom side now. This group of units heading across through the bottom and seeing where they can get to. Back boost, Stalker's got underneath it to deny it. Maybe a comfortable shutdown. 2 Colossus, extended thermal lance, +2 attack as well on the way. We get 5 more Zealots producing. And this army of MaNa moves upward. Banshee is going to sit on the edge and throw a couple shots in that probe. I mean, that is a... Wait, would one of those Banshees survive earlier? I was so convinced they were both dead, I just didn't even pay attention. I just presumed they were both gone. Wow, so that one still lives. Gets onto this 4th base. Good storm. Oh, amazing storm, actually. Hits everything dead center for an extended period, and Nicorect feels the need to run through it, which obviously is not great. The only bad part for this for MaNa was you're fighting the planetary, so the Zealots are not in front tanking. I think in a straight-up fight after a storm like that, if the Zealots are just tanking, this army absolutely decimates you, but in this case, because the Zealots were behind, MaNa loses a lot, but he takes down the 4th base, so he basically kind of makes the choice on the trade. Do you see a bit of bio coming back up? A couple of these Zealots already being shot at and taken down. A few of those already falling here. So a few Zealots begin to drop the bio and the medevacs around the bottom. Gonna keep moving as well. 3-3 upgrades are producing through. Marine Marauder continue to be added on as well. Just bringing a lot of that up and into play. And this is the counterattack that's going to be very scary, as we just have to push through the Thermal Lance on these Colossus. Going to give them the range, though, and I don't think that there's a way to fight this necessarily from Nicorect. I mean, there's not a lot of support for the Colossus here, but it's looking good enough right now for MaNa as he continues to punch on through. So let's continue after a few more of these SCVs. So both players losing some workers at least. Obviously, Nicorect having to replenish this 4th command center from fresh. You know, he didn't have a CC ready to go, so he has to build that fresh. That's really brutal, because the economy's been missing for him, and next time MaNa pushes, he might just have an army, which I think is going to be very tough to stop. Let's see if these Colossus can deliver on that, or not. I want to see the Colossus and the Zeld starting to punch on through. The EMP comes down, the Colossus getting hit, the Vikings are firing on the Colossus already. We got the healing shrine for a little bit of healing up. MaNa still trying to control the state of the game. Again, the 3/3 upgrades are coming around. We got 9 more Zelds and a High Templar bruising through as well. I'll step forward and drop this cannon into position, and now the Zeld Stalker Force moving around the right side as well. Again, 3/3 coming about. The +2 armor upgrade coming into place. The Zelds, the cannons, all producing through this army of MaNa getting ready to make a move. Nicorect's upgrades are going to be really good again. I mean, just as MaNa gets 2/2, it's going to be a few moments later that 3/3 kicks in for the Terran. Not a lot of Zelds here to protect, and this time there's a lot of Vikings as well. It's a good first storm, but MaNa can't stick around in this position. He needs to up the quality of this army a bit. I mean, honestly, it's funny because he actually needs more of the cheaper stuff, more of the Zealots, and so I think to protect. Obviously, the Stalkers do a good job zoning here against the Vikings, and we do just about save that Colossus. Back into the center, Bio Viking coming over. I'm going to move to the top. The gold base is dead. MaNa's out of position, but maybe this 3rd base of Nicorect is dead. Obviously, MaNa gold is nice, but he's got 5 bases outside of that. This would put, Nicorect down to 3 bases. If this orbital goes down, there's a fresh command center nearby. But there's nothing to stop that being killed either. And you're in position to start trading with this army when it returns as well. And you're going to kill a ton of SCVs. They try and hold this army off. And he's going to get the fresh CC. That is very important because it really just stops the replenishment of this base. High Templars are going to zone the ramp, but the first EMP comes down nicely. We need some more storms. I tell you what, those medevacs are super low on energy. A storm that landed right now would be huge. We hit another EMP and find a couple of mortals on the bottom. MaNa's going to recall a very messy chunk of units. That was not really an ideal combination. Nicorect down to 25 workers. His army supply is good. His upgrades are good, and he pretty much just has to go. But I think the biggest issue Nicorect's going to have is the moment he stims, this army is going to be in like orange and red hit points. The medevac energy is a big problem right now. His ghost count is only at 4. I just don't think he has the sustainability to actually make it through a Protoss army anymore. Final Vikings coming through. Storm comes down. Have a look and see what we're planning to do here as the Zelds and the Colossus gather about. Shots coming in. A couple of these Zelds start to go down already. Dropping some EMPs. The High Templars get hit hard. The Zelds are going to keep dropping. The Vikings get to work on those Colossus. I mean, it's a good fight from Nicorect. His army supply is going to be very similar. It's just more Colossus keep showing up, and it's going to be enough. MaNa is going to take game 1. Let this be 0-3. So MaNa gets the strong start. Soul, SE1, thank you for the 13-month resub. Appreciate you. As MaNa gets the 1-0 start in this series. Looked very good there, right? Looked very good there. Alrighty, we are going to move on through into game number 2, guys. So we're going to keep this rolling. Let's get this on the way. And let's jump into game number 2. At Eternity's Edge is going to be our map. Let's get this ready to go. Base trade in Terranor was so nice. You just recalled at the right time. It's so funny how that changed because, like, it used to be you never base trade a Terran, you know? How times have changed, huh? is kind of crazy. Alright, let's get in game. Let's get this one up and running, guys, as we have in the bottom right-hand corner. The green Protoss player is going to be MaNa. And he has the 1-0 advantage over the purple Terran in the top left. Correct. Alrighty, game 2 of this BO3 series. Game number 2, we're going to be seeing a Proby heading down to the bottom side to start us off. Checking to see a bit of what's going on. And heading to the upper left as well. Just to scout. No surprises there. Again, one of this series will be qualified, guys, into the WardiTV Summer Cup. Summer Cup is our $1,000 build-up event into the WardiTV Summer Championship, of course. Players can win some seeds, win some opportunities to make it nicely into the Summer Championship and so on. Nice little Reaper starting point, as the Proby does go down. Proby we're following as well. RIP, buddy. And Reaper comes across Nexus. The similar continue to come through. Just gonna get that started for a moment. Green commands into factory, continue to build, and get that on the way up for the next few moments here. So getting this started, and the Reaper is going to continue to make its way across, and we'll see what harassment it can find in these next few moments. On this one. Reaper's is going to stay out the front for a couple seconds, then Starport, Hellion, and the SCV coming through, the Oracle and the Warp Gate coming about. The Adept continues to go back down to the bottom side for a few moments. And Adept just going to gather up. There's Reaper going to join together as well, so we just take a few moments here. Get settled. We'll just see where exactly we're going to take things. Just been following this Reaper, but we've got the Oracle arriving on the other side, so the Stargate a bit different from MaNa and mixing it up here. He got straight in for 2 kills, which is not amazing. It feels like it should have been 3, but this then should have been 4, because he should have had one more on the right side, I think. I mean, okay, I was about to say, he does get to 4 anyway, but he actually doesn't, so he's able to apply some pressure at least. It wasn't all for nothing. It wasn't a complete disaster, but at the same time, hard to say it was exactly what we were looking for here. As this Oracle turns back around to the bottom right side, there's going to be the Phoenix already starting to pick away at some of the units on the map. Going to get rid of a Reaper, now going to get rid of a Hellion as well. Just going to remove those for a few moments, clean that up, handle that very comfortably already. Cyclone. A couple Marines, all of that continue to come around for a couple seconds. The Phoenix still gathered up. Just gonna see the Oracle moving around over to the left side for a few moments as well. Trying to decide what we might get up to. Just gonna activate here onto the mule already, so I'm gonna put some work onto that straight away. Three SCVs, 4 SCVs, 5 SCVs going down. Work continuing to be done. Marine, Cyclone, Viking force. We'll move forward a little bit. Okay, it's a nice little stasis ward here. Those we're probably going to pull in and try and deal with this as the Marines being stasis ward. I mean, like I said, it's a nice little stasis ward. It's a massive stasis ward. We're just going to get in, lift the Cyclones, and then what, we're going to have Marines left over with none of the support. Probes themselves just going to surround. We're just going to send it. How many workers do we lose? Not too many. 8 probes go down total, but we did also kill 11 SCVs this game, so we're pretty much even on workers killed. Correct, just now getting into his 3 racks and his setup from that point. Phoenix back up around the top side again. Stimvac, combat shield, +1 attack, upgrade all building. Additional Marines are coming up. Fly into this main base to try and see what is going on. And get through. A couple of those workers start to drop. A couple of SCVs already going down. Maybe 3 workers picked off already. Now having the Zealot Stalker and a depth portion of this coming across as well. I mean, there's only 1 tank here really that's really powerful. And the problem is tanks don't actually defend super well against Zealots at the end of the day. You can see the tank is even going to try and target fight the Stalker. It doesn't go down. The Marines show up. It's kind of awkward because the Phoenix almost don't know what to do for the best, I guess, as well. They lift up some individual Marines, but they just put themselves in danger. I mean, the damage is done. GG is called. Not called in this case. And MaNa is going to get the 2-0 to qualify for the WardiTV Summer Cup. Qualifying's never been, I'd say, so easy, but it's not exactly easy at the end of the day because, you know, Nicorette is not an easy opponent. Just MaNa made it look pretty good for himself as well. Probably hop to NA, I guess, and see what we're going to get into next. Yeah, a few players already kind of playing and so on and so forth, so take a few moments to see what that's going to look like. Who's already invited? Nobody. Nobody. Invites are only done after the tournament, after the qualifiers. Well, I'll probably do some invites tonight because I need to make sure Group A is ready for Saturday. But yeah, we don't really do invites before qualifiers anymore. F? Oh, it's just my camera. Sorry, guys. Yeah, my camera. I never turned my camera on because we went straight into the game from the preview screen on the stream. Wasn't even my camera crashing. I just straight up hadn't turned it on. It's a good one. That is a good one. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, not sure what we're gonna jump into just yet. We'll figure this out in a second. Yeah, I don't think it's the Polish Spirit that's playing, guys. I think it's Soul Spirit, a French Zerg player. Hmm. Follow SHIN. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much waiting for SHIN to come out of game because that's what makes the most sense, I think. Yeah, I think we're just waiting for SHIN to pop out of game and we'll kind of go in from there. Appreciate your patience, guys. But yeah, we'll probably be doing some invites tonight because I need to figure out a little bit of like Group A action. So I'll probably get a few players for Group A ready to go and stuff like that. So, because Group A is on Saturday, whereas Group B and the rest of it's like way further along. So we could just do it tomorrow after the qualifier as well. Though it's probably going to be fine. What's up, Rolling Boy? Thank you so much for the 23-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for priming up the channel. Much appreciated, as I said. Much appreciated. Do. Alright, yeah, we just chilling for a couple moments, guys. Sweet. Just some downtime. For a few moments, like I said, just figuring out who's going to be where. If SHIN comes out of game, we'll just jump into SHIN's game, because whenever that plays MaNa, presume they want to play again. There is no forced playing here. If they don't want to play the top 4, you don't have to. Once you're qualified, you're qualified. Primes money is just a bit of a bonus thing, so we can get some extra games ourselves. So, yeah, that's one of those things where it's not really, like I say, a must-do on the player side. We're not going to force them into it. It's not a lot of prize money extra or anything like that, so I don't want to, like I say, force them into anything if they are not feeling it. Just trying to fix the YouTube over here. Went a bit funky for a second. Give me a moment, guys. SHIN's been in game for about 6 minutes. It is CVZ. I believe that should at least be game 2 as well, if I'm guesstimating correctly on how long the previous match took, so yeah, that's something else for us to think on. Do 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 do. Cool. What's up, Star Knight? Thanks so much for the raid as well. Hello, hello. How you doing? Bum 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 bada bum bum bum. All right, yeah, we're just waiting, guys. Oh, so bad at fun time nowadays, I swear. Yeah. A couple of things to mention. We mentioned this a little bit the last few days, but we do now have a WardiTV 24/7 channel, by the way. So if you're interested in kind of just having more background noise and so on, do check out the 24/7 channel. It's !247 in the Twitch chat. I'll give you the link, or it's twitch.tv/WardiTV2. It's kind of funny because I know we're not WardiTV on Twitch, but someone has WardiTV as a Twitch ID already. I really didn't know what to call this one, so we just went for... I was going to go for like Wardi 24/7, but like when you write 24/7 without like a slash in it or anything, it just looks like 247, you know? And it's just like, oh, this guy just put random numbers after his name. Look, I don't know why it looked so bad. Anyway, it's not that super important, but this does exist now, so if you want to check it out, go give it a follow, for example. And yeah, it has constant games on 24/7, as the channel name suggests. Currently playing games from 2018, and it's going to run through the years. So it's playing 2018 right now. I'll start up with 2019 in a few days' time when 2018 games are done. We have about 3 months of unique content to play before it has to recycle anything. So we pretty much have a... wow, look at that single G from Hearthstone. Oh my god. You guys see that single G? The single G. Wow. We're gonna have to ask Hearthstone about this one. Yeah, as you can see, currently playing games from the Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament 3. And yeah, you can go and watch those, get some nostalgia hits, or like I say, good background noise. I mean, me and Helen use a 24/7 stream all the time as like just background noise when we've got nothing else to put on, so yeah, that exists. Obviously not suggesting you guys go and watch it right now while we're doing other things, but you know, when we're live here, just, you know, give it a follow and check it out in the future if you want to. Just know that it's there in case you want that background noise. Shin's out of game. Has Shin finished his matchup? Kure has advanced. Yeah, okay. Shin's going to play MaNa. And Kure has advanced as well. So Shin, MaNa, Kure all qualified so far. Percival and Alex are still ongoing. I think that's a little held up because Percival asked me if he could play the Crank Gathers match because he has a best of one to play. I'm not going to stop a guy playing a best of one. So I think that Alex and Percival are paused, waiting for Percival to finish that single best of one. I'd rather have an extra player in the qualifier than... I know it's a little shitty, but like... anyone that wanted to play a best of one, I pretty much am pretty happy to let that happen. So we will let that happen. So Percival is playing in that, but otherwise him and Alex will get going soon enough, I imagine. And yeah, we're now waiting for Shin versus MaNa to get going. Which should just be in a few moments' time, guys. So a little bit of PvZ coming up, providing both the players again do want to play again. They're not forced to play in these scenarios. Keep that in mind as well. You're not forced to play. You are not forced to play. MaNa, it's going to be hosting Sanctuary for us. Actually, SHIN hosted. MaNa just invited us. Alright, Sanctuary coming up as we get this one started. Let's get this on the way, guys. Let's get into it. As you have in the top right corner of the map, kicking us off, this blue Zerg player here is going to be SHIN. Taking on, in the bottom left, our orange Protoss is going to be MaNa. Alright, so we got this started up, and we shall go figure this out and see what the dealio shall be. For some PvZ best of 3, like I say, in the semi-finals. So both players qualify, that was their main goal. You win this match, though, and you're already guaranteed some prize money, which is typically pretty nice as well. So that is the thing we can play for right now. A little bit of prize money up for grabs. See if either player can take advantage on that front and yeah, cash in, making it to the finals today. I think it's $25 for second place today and $50 for first place, if I'm not mistaken. Like I say, it's not a lot. That's why we're not forcing it. It's also only a best of 3 final, guys. So yeah, that's the current way of things and how they're going. I think MPVZ is usually peaceful. You can see just a little bit of movement right now. Couple lings actually got into that probe. That probe might die. I got into a little bit of a corner there, which was a little scary for a moment or two. Oh, a few seconds going to return back. We've got the Stargate on the way from MaNa, so that part's going to stay pretty much kind of as we'd expect for the moment as well. Nothing too crazy just yet. Settling and readying over these next few moments. Do have our first units coming across the map from MaNa, 2 Adepts, and then Stargate just about finished, so we'll be progressing there soon enough as well, I'd imagine. Adepts actually get through, and so far we've found ourselves a couple Ling kills. They're going to commit to their shade, which is going to bring them back to the right side of the main base. Going to get another Ling, already a drone, 2 more Lings, now a drone, and still looking for the rest of the drones as well, so looking for some success here. In these next few moments, the Adept's going to fire one more shot, continue to move down the bottom. Drones are going to continue to line up on this hatchery, and these 2 Adepts are just about getting away for the moment. Does anyone know what happened to MaNa's YouTube account? Apparently got hacked again. Apparently he has all of the preparation and defense in place for it, and it still keeps getting hacked. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Well, it's going to go after these Adepts. These Adepts getting all the way back. I actually think there's a very good chance they both survive here, as they're going to split the damage on these two Lings now, but it doesn't matter. We are good. Meanwhile, the Oracle, sorry, I was watching those Adepts because it's actually a fun fight, but the Oracle is distracted as well. Gets away with 3 HP and killed 6 workers, so MaNa is having an absolute feast of the beginning of this game so far. Absolutely fantastic time to start things out. Oracle still peeling over next on the left side. Settles in, both those Oracles gathering. Gonna go Glaives behind it. I like it, honestly. We've done a lot of damage early, and with a lot of damage done early, we're gonna be looking to kind of capitalize with a very aggressive follow-up. That could be tough to hold with the damage that you've taken early here as SHIN. As yo, thank you, Matty76. How you doing? Thank you for the 25-month resub on the Prime. Much appreciated. Thank you. And Oracle just going to pull back down towards the bottom left-hand side. The few Zerglings and gather over. Just going to run in. A couple of those probes already in some trouble. It's going to be seeing the Stalker. Going to get caught. It's going to be seeing a couple workers going down. The Resonating Glaives and the Adepts coming through. Drones and the Lings coming up. Roach Warren is building on the third base. It's got those extra gates on the way by. That Ling comes back up top. And it's going to be having ourselves the extra gates and the probes coming through. Adepts are going to shade through the center of the map, so Adepts heading up through the center toward that upper right-hand side. On the move. We've got Roaches on the way from SHIN, but only 2 of them. It's not exactly enough. He's not got the gas to build anymore. Now supply blocked as well. It's not impossible to win this fight as SHIN, because these Adepts can get surrounded by the Lings as well. Running up here, we've killed 2 Queens already. You want to make sure you're hitting the Lings every opportunity you get. You want to lower their numbers. And you now have a few more Roaches on the way. Have we bought enough time? Gonna go after a couple drones over here. I don't like that cancel on the shade, though. The Roaches were already on this third base, so you cancel the shade and you're just going to let these Adepts get eaten up by Roaches. We kill about 4 workers. This was not really it for MaNa. This was not quite successful. Actually, I'm more surprised about the amount of Adepts. I felt like this did not really pack the punch I thought it would. I thought he would have a couple more Adepts available to him at the time of attack, and that would have been a lot scarier, especially against someone who didn't have the Roaches ready, but I felt like he was missing like 1 round of Adepts almost, like 4 more Adepts or so would have been something that could have gone a long way there. And Roaches going to work back towards the rocks over here. So we begin with that. The melee upgrade coming through on this Evolution Chamber, the single Zergling. Still heading down at the bottom left also, and just keeping an eye on things as we see what's going on. Again, Blink coming up, Stalkers on the way, Probes, Zealots and Co. coming about, and Forge starts as well. Baneling Nest beginning on the side of SHIN. Additional Lings and Roaches producing through 2. Melee upgrade and the Roach speed will continue to be added on. And the Zerglings back around the bottom. Well, Stalkers back towards the upper left-hand side. A couple of Lings are moving to see what they might try and do. The Ling's going to run toward this natural. That's a Zealot. That's going to die instantly. Or not even, it doesn't even go for the Zealot, just runs into the main base. Forge wouldn't have been a terrible target, but honestly just getting rid of the pros would be even better. Wrap around, Zard killed. Stalkers blinking over, a few of those Lings already going down. Stalkers continue to put the pressure in there, the Adepts gathering as well. Just going to shade about once more. And got, what, 3 workers have been killed off here so far. And the Adepts going to commit their way through. And the Roach still coming back down. The Roach is going to get after a couple of those Adepts. There's a third one going down as well. Nice little grabbers again. Melee upgrade, Baneling speed, Roach, Ravager, all continuing through. +1 Storm and the Charge upgrade. Building up for MaNa as well at the moment, as we continue with the Cannon and the Nexus also. When were these games played? Right now, they are live. As the Ling Roach gathers. We are going to go for a shove down the left side. Stalkers, High Templars, and the Zealots gather up. Roach Ravager will be fighting as SHIN sends it. It was such a good start for MaNa, but man, the follow-up of the Adepts just really left a lot to be desired. This Archon goes down, never got the healing it needed. Once getting piled while morphing in. Storm comes in, the Roaches take a bit more damage. The Stalk is taking additional hits as well. Yeah, the Stalkers keep taking some more damage. Just going to hear an Archon morphing somewhere, but I don't think MaNa has enough to hold on or anything right now. Driver's still moving, Stalkers gather up. This fourth base goes down, and from here, this is just going to be seeing the Roach Ravager continue to come through. I mean, we knocked down the base, and SHIN continue to look very solid at the moment. Thing's going to step over, Oracle going to activate, Ravager going down, the Storm is not going to do anything. SHIN takes the opening game, and we head to a game 2 here in a few moments' time. Alright. Thanks to spoil. Guys, they can't spoil the series for you because it's not replays, it's live. Like we are. Look, I can show you guys. Players are in the lobby right now. Okay. There you go. There you go. Alrighty, guys. Into game 2, pretty much. Plain and simple. Let's dive into it. In the bottom left-hand corner, the blue Zerg player to start us off will be SHIN. Taking on in the top right-hand side, the orange Protoss player, MaNa. Game 2 of our best of 3 as we get this started off. Ready to go see if MaNa can bounce back. Like I say, it was a great start for MaNa in the last game already. This part started up pretty brilliantly to begin with. Just couldn't follow it through in the end, unfortunately. See if we can improve on that here. Just following our probe for a few moments, nothing too crazy just yet, taking a couple seconds. Extractor hatch pool. Oh, hatch gas pool, sorry. Not extractor hatch pool. I'm not sure why I called it extractor hatch pool as well. Hatch gas pool, the good old HGP. If we did call it hatch extractor pool, we could have been like, oh, it's the HEP. Yeah, this is why I never get to come up with build order names. They always suck when they come out of my mouth. Probe nibbles at the drones. Probe's going to pull back out into the natural. Cybercore on the way. Next is building up. A couple queens and the lings are building as well. Probe's going to continue to go back and forth. Again, Probe just going to be heading across for a few moments, so coming through. The air weapon upgrade coming up as well, so we're actually going to go air weapons from MaNa with a Stargate on the way. Is this a sign of him continuing to play some Stargate stuff and some SkyToss stuff in the future? It very well could be. So yeah, maybe something with that. We're not going to see the first Voyager on the way, so it definitely feels like this is going to be the case right now. Well, Deb just chilling. What's Shin up to? Just the Zergling moving around, taking his third hatchery. Everything is pretty comfortable from him, nothing super wild just yet. Having the lane continue to move about. Void White Ray and the +1 air weapons, like I say. And I guess we're going to have this Void Ray. It's already killed one Overlord. It's going to continue to Overlord hunt, so let's follow it for a couple seconds. See what else it can find for itself here. Drones, Lings, Overlord, air weapon upgrade coming through as well. Going to bring this about. The Voyager is going to activate straight onto this Overlord. It's going to be a nice second kill. Supply block for SHIN momentarily. And again, just being a little bit of a nuisance in these early stages. So, job well done for the moment. Both voids gather together. Next Stargate's on the way up. Again, SkyToss has been one of the more regular ways of playing this PvZ matchup. It has been kind of the go-to kind of plan. And a couple of voids just continuing out the other side. Just going to pull across in this direction then for a few moments. Let's see if them together can do a little bit of something here. Get this on the way. We're just going to activate and just going to start going after the Queen. The drones nearby. Actually going to be seeing nice. Getting rid of a Queen's really good. It's actually a very good starting point here. The Void Ray pulled back, saved itself as well. Going to get rid of a second Queen. The only issue, I mean, it's not really an issue, I guess, as much as it's just like the way it works, is that you can do some good damage here as MaNa, but getting this damage done, it's very hard to follow up on it, right? Like, it's very difficult to have anything kind of as the next step to these Void Rays. It's like, oh, great start. You're going to really struggle for this next moment, because there's no next moment. It's just more Void Rays. And so I think there is time given to you as SHIN, even though you've maybe not had the best of starts here, to, like I say, get a bit of a recovery going, get a little bit back on track, and to feel a little bit better about where things are at as the Voids pull back around to the left side. Do you see some Lings are going to threaten the counterattack on the other side? Maybe something that could see some success right now. I think it's actually going to get a wrap on this battery. That's going to go down quickly. The probe's just evacuate. Going to force the recall. What is funny is because it's Void Rays, they're not the best at defending against Zerglings, right? It's not like we have Oracles in this game that would be the typical kind of go-to anti kind of Zergling kind of defense. So I'm guessing that is a little bit of a factor. Again, those Lings gather up. We just take a couple moments. Having the Lings pulling back over that side. The Void Rays continue through the center of the map. And away they go. Heading down to the bottom. Mothership coming up. +2 air weapons is on its way in. Again, Hydra's missile upgrade. Moscow augments as well. Just bringing ourselves some opportunity with this. Activate straight onto that Queen. It's going to go down very quickly. And, well, this is a question of do we just have enough anti-air already set to go here as SHIN? The first Hydras are coming about. I think Hydras are a big issue for these Void Rays. They don't really love playing against Hydras. Hydras are just good damage output against Voids. A few Lings counterattacking again will actually force the probes to fight back because there really isn't anything else that MaNa has to utilize or to aid himself here at all. And just pulling back down the bottom. The Void's moving over. And these Hydras continue to join up for a moment. The Wings have just shredded this base. I mean, shredding the base and still getting maybe even the Nexus here. It's kind of crazy. The Voids in the main, though, again, are going to get going. However, the Voids are still the only thing in this game. And so I don't hate that SHIN is just full on attacking across the map, because MaNa has no real way to realistically come home and defend this, because if he's forced to fight, I think he dies. Because these Hydras are just going to be that freaking powerful. So I don't really see that part being great for him, and MaNa seems to agree that this is just not working out. SHIN 2-0, and SHIN goes into the finals to play against Q, Percival, or Let Alex. Now that Alex and Percival have resumed their games, so they are back on track. So we'll be in with them soon. Just not quite yet. Not quite yet. But soon we'll be in with the winner of Let Alex and Percival against Q, and going from there. Sweet. Alright, so SHIN into the finals. Play for some prize money there. We will run some ads here for a couple seconds, guys. Get this ready to resume. Thanks for joining us. If you're on the YouTube, we've got 200 viewers on the YouTube. I'm always impressed, by the way. I feel like it doesn't matter. Twitch viewership is so fickle. Twitch viewership is like, is Clement hero in this tournament? No. Half the viewer count. Meanwhile, on YouTube, it's like, it doesn't matter what day it is. It's like, YouTube's like constantly like 200 to 300 viewers. It's like, YouTube has the passion, man. They just want to watch StarCraft. Twitch are like, you know, someone's casting a Maru replay or something. Like, I'm going to go watch that. I'm not meaning to call out Loco. Loco actually did cast a Maru replay today, so that feels very targeted. It's not really. I don't know. Twitch is just so... maybe it's because the numbers are higher on Twitch, so you see the volatility of it more, perhaps. But I feel like the YouTube viewership is just so constant. It's really nice. The only thing that happens with YouTube is, like, on really good days, it goes really high. Those days being like the... sometimes you have the... like when we do like live events or something, or like a big tournament and we're on YouTube, people like watching it there as well. So yeah. Crazy. YouTube bots. They're not, though. That's the crazy thing. Like, YouTube's pretty quiet, but it's just... people just enjoy watching. I mean, a lot of people use the YouTube while they work, I guess, so maybe that's just where the consistency comes from. Yeah. Wild. Wild. Alright, we've got to wait for Percival and let Alex to come out of the game, guys, and then we can resume. So we're just going to be waiting for them, and otherwise... I mean, never mind, otherwise that is just where we are at. That is what is going on, so... yeah, we will take a few moments and get rolling. A few moments. Easier to get YouTube up on the TV than Twitch. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's just a lot of the YouTube viewership, like I say, is just consistent, is all. You hear for Ellie, SC2 cast. Ellie doesn't really cast a lot anymore, you know. She only comes to see me when I've got food. It's quite a fickle appearance from her, honestly. She shows up for food and nothing more. Nothing more and nothing less. She's she knows what she likes, and she will continue to try and get it. is the TLDR of it. She knows what she likes. And what she likes is food. Shock horror. Doggo likes food? No way. Should go get food then. I already had lunch. I mean, it'd be very unfair for me. I could rustle my packet of crisps that's empty, and she'd come running, but like then I have nothing for her, which is really not fair, you know? You can't do her dirty like that. Can't do her dirty like that, guys. Yeah, we are just waiting for Percival and Alex, what if you wanted to see some base building YouTube videos? I've got the greatest YouTube. I don't know why this isn't a command yet, but we should really just have a Helen Cozy Base Tours command. Hang on. Let me add this. Right click. Add. CBT. Okay. Triggers. Add core. Command triggered. Create command. CBT. Cozy Base Tours, and then. Oh. Did I not create it? Did I just cancel this? I'm so smart. Okay, add a mess Twitch chat, send message channel. Support Helen. There you go. Alright, if you guys are a big Helen fan, you can now spam Helen support in the chat with the command. There you go. Yeah, Helen has a YouTube she started up with a freaking cute logo. She now has a t-shirt with this logo on it. It's extremely cute. So if you want to go see Helen's base... Helen just got her first 1,000 views on a video as well. So, yeah, she's popping off, man. If you guys want to be in on the next big YouTube sensation, bam. Exclamation mark Helen. I can make exclamation mark Helen work too. Look, I can do all the things. Hang on. There you go. You can now exclamation mark Helen if you just want to see Helen's YouTube too. Who's Helen? Helen is my wife. She's the greatest WardiTV employee that we have. And now she's off on a solo adventure with Cozy Base Tours. I'm here just because of Helen. Yeah. Well, there you go. Then you don't have to support me anymore. You can just go and watch Helen. It's going to be great when someone's like, hey, Wardy, I found your channel from Cozy Base Tours. Kind of funny. Oh, Kira Percival are going to play. Ah, quick, go to Korea. Log to Korea. I married my WardiTV admin. Yeah, I don't know. We date employees here, I guess. Shrugs. You forgot the wife was called Helen, but it's obvious that's her name in this context. Yeah. Oh. Does Helen know what CBT stands for? Yeah, it stands for Cozy Base Tours. Duh. You guys are so strange. We're applying other acronyms to Cozy Base Tours. Unbelievable. Report this HR violation. Why do you think I'm promoting her YouTube? I've got no choice. Otherwise, I'm done for, you know? Ay. Alright, Kieran Percival should be playing in a second, guys. I'll beat some TVT into a TVZ final today, so that's what we are kind of heading towards. Boom, 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 boom. Ah. Alright, we're not starting because Kira and Percival couldn't find each other, because in typical fashion, the WardiTV server on Korea, or the WardiTV channel in Korea is, it's not, it is kind of bugged, but like, basically there's two, there's two, WardiTV channels in Korea, so it's a little bit confusing, to say the least. It's a little bit confusing. Subscribe to the YouTube, nice. Yeah, Helen, it's just a fun little side project. She has fun, and I don't even know what game. She might be doing Stardew Valley next as well, which I think is quite a wide-hitting game in terms of you know what I mean? Like, it's quite a wide-hitting game in terms of, like, people like it or people know it and stuff, so that might be cool too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Alright, we're just waiting for Kieran Percival to start us off, guys. Shouldn't be long. Even had to sign in? Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. As if you weren't already signed into YouTube to like and subscribe to today's YouTube stream. Duh. Crazy business. Crazy business. I'd have been here sooner, but the stream starts too early. All good. Thank you so much for dropping in and hanging out anyways. I know, I think the stream starts too soon too, but these freaking Korean players apparently have to grumble. Korean players and their time zone making it so we have to start early instead of casting late. I don't mind it, obviously. I would admit it anyway. Alright, we'll go going. Head into some TVT. Did Wardy Ellie make the wedding photos? Was she in them? She didn't attend the wedding. We asked Ellie, would you like to go to the wedding? And she said no, I'd rather go and stay at my friend's place. In Dog Talk. Yeah, she has a best friend who she stays with a lot. These two are like absolute besties. It's crazy. I'll give you guys some photos of her and her best friend. Oh, well, here you go. You guys can see the combo. This is who she stayed with this weekend while we were away. Oh. Go on, camera. Focus. You can do it. You can focus. You can see there's 4 retrievers there, right? Like, there you go. So Ellie's on the right, and then the light one who's in the middle of the other 2 retrievers, that's her best friend Maisie. And she just loves it there. And she actually, like, the doggy daycare girl actually said, if you want me to bring her to the wedding for like a little bit for some photos, that's absolutely fine. And I was just like, I actually think Ellie would cause chaos because she just loves people, so she'd see everyone and be like, oh my god. You know, like, OMG, this is the best thing ever. And just not behave at all. She came to our, well, obviously Ellie lives at our house, but the night before our wedding, we had like, you know, we held everyone at our house for the night and stuff. And Ellie met everybody then, and oh my god, she had like the absolute best time. This is why at Home Story Cup, Loco was like, why don't you bring Ellie? And I was like, oh, she would love it, but it'd be chaos. And Loco was like, yeah, I know. Because Loco's met her. And yeah, it's a very true case that she would be absolutely love to have it happen, but she'd be absolute chaos. Yeah. So yeah, we left her with Doggy Gate Daycare because she has a good time. Just has a good time. Which is nice though, you know? It's nice that we can leave her somewhere and she's just like brilliant. Finally, I don't have to deal with my parents, my best friends here. What a great day. So good for her, you know? Good for Ellie. You know the term social butterfly? Ellie is absolutely the dog version of a social butterfly. Like, she just... any opportunity to see people or to say hello or anything, she's just there, you know? Like, she just can't help herself. She really does just absolutely adore people. Dogs, everything basically. Crazy. And the wonderful thing about 8 workers is we can actually just talk about that. And yeah, we can just talk about that while nothing happens in the game just yet, so that's nice. As we do have our first Reaper coming across the map, so it's action time. Yeah. Jokes. Everyone's like, what are you so mad about 8 worker start? Yeah, maybe, but joke's on you guys. Now you have to listen to me yap on about everything all the time. Who's the real winner here? I just get to yap on about nothing, and you can't even complain about talking about the game because nothing's happening. It's incredible. Let's see if the Reapers and Hellions are ready to exchange bouts with one another here. A couple of seconds. Just going to be seeing those Reapers and Hellions coming down then. Actually going to get a Reaper pretty nicely. Q is going to get the first grab. Position was good on the follow-up for Percival. As Q, going to turn into this, gets another Hellion. Puts his Reaper at risk though. So far this is 2 for 1 on 2 for 1. Well, 2 and 1 for 2 and 1, I guess. It's not really a 2 for 1. This is going to be, seeing the T-Reaper is going to get an SCV going down. And it's going to be seeing the T-Reapers hopping in. My name's Ellie and I've just met you and I love you. Yeah, that's pretty much Ellie. That's pretty much Ellie. These Reapers are going to get going. Percival going to do some damage. I mean, only because Kyo went across the map, but Percival built another Reaper and Hellion, so he's going to defend very easily. While continuing to do damage, he's going to get 5 workers. Cyclone pops defensively from Q. I mean, I like the Cyclone more for the future from Q, but hard to, I mean, I say hard to say, but impossible to say that, you know, there wasn't value found here. At the end of the day, there was absolutely a bunch of value had in this situation. It's just going to be seeing the Marines and the Cyclone going to gather back in together for a few moments, so... And gather about, just going to be seeing the few Marines and the Cyclone join in there for a little bit. Get that ready to rumble. There's going to be seeing a couple of Marines gather the tank, the Cyclone. I mean, there is going to be Percival trying to poke forward once again as well. It's a good tank shot just to turn the Reaper and the Hellion back away. Down through the center of the map. So again, going to get pushed out of here for a couple moments. Chased away from this one. And on we resume for a couple seconds at least. And get that Matrix finishing from both players, very typical as well. Not really too surprising there. As the Matrix comes up, the tank and the Marines continue to play as well. So just bringing a lot of this into action at the moment. Oh god, Hellions, Reapers and the Cyclone are going to come moving up again. So it's going to be Percival still being aggressive. He has got a little bit of an army supply lead as well, so we'll see what he can do here as he goes back and forth a couple seconds. Couple of Vikings, couple of tanks coming around, the Ravens, the Marines gather up. We're going to see our tanks building forwards and taking position. So, what is the next move? Tanks on siege. We press up. Marines in the tank of Percival going to start moving around the right side. Tanks will siege up already again. Let's see what else we can do. What are you playing, RuneScape? I've actually quit RuneScape. The meme is dead, guys. Stop playing it for a bit. I don't think I've logged in for like 2, maybe even 3 weeks. It's crazy. Crazy, I tell you. We'll scan up overhead as we keep an eye on things. The Hellions and the Cyclone looking to come around. On the left side, the units of Percival pulling back to the center. You can see this orbital flying to the low ground as well here. And we do have this orbital of Percival going to drop down to the third base in the next few moments too. So drop that third into position, and TVT goes the way of TVT right now as the units still gather up. Everything gathering together. Marines, tanks, the Vikings, the Ravens gather up. A few units on the right side settling as well. Here with a lot of units between the natural and the third base currently. Have I played any of the re-released Assassin's Creed Black Flag? No. I really don't play games, guys. Like, I'm not much of a I'm not much of a gamer. I just kind of enjoy StarCraft, and I mean, I've always been like a gamer, but like, I'm not like a gamer in the sense of like I'm gonna go play like all these different games that come out. Like, I'm very specific about what I like, and when I get into something, it's pretty much the only thing I play. So yeah, I don't play, especially nowadays, I don't play a lot of these new games. I mean, I think the last Assassin's Creed I played was probably Assassin's Creed 2 or something. Probably played Assassin's Creed on my PS3. Or PS4 maybe, I guess. Probably my PS4. Well, I've not played, I watched someone play a bit of it, but I don't know, I don't have the nostalgia for it. A lot of the remasters and stuff are very nostalgia heavy, I think. You know, if I didn't play it 10 years ago, or whatever, whenever it first came out, why would I play it now, almost? I mean, maybe my taste changed, but yeah, I don't know. 1 upgrades in Combat Shield continuing. TVT just continuing in a very passive manner, guys. There's not a lot going on at the moment. Marine's going to go back the other way. He's just going to fight a little bit. Chase this back the other side. There's going to be some Marines and Vikings gather up still. Right outside, the few Marines gather up as well. Just going to continue to settle down over there. And two upgrades coming up. The Vikings and the Marines are still building through. That factory's on its way. We actually did, take a position on Percival on the left side. It's a pretty good start of this fight. What's been lost so far? Very favorable to Percival. He doesn't have air control, though. So that may make it difficult to stick around. That said, I mean, there's no Liberator or anything just yet. They start up now. Kira recognizing this is his way to break out of this additional tank count from his opponent. So going to start to get this going. 5 SCVs drops. Going to be seeing a couple of Vikings. They'll get another shot off. A bunch of units in the middle of the map from Percival gathering as well. Marines actually going to get a couple of Vikings. This is nice because air control is about to be an issue if the Liberators popping out, right? For Percival, it's the one thing that Q is going to have in his favor. So getting a couple of those Vikings down is a pretty big deal. Love that Percival comes from another angle. It's going to make it so difficult to stay on top of this. As Cure, do those tanks cover the entry? Not really. Percival might just commit to the fight onto these tanks as they get sieged. He could have stimmed way sooner. He loses so much here. Liber on the left side has pushed the tanks back as well. I think Percival was looking and recalibrating the fight on the left-hand side because there was no reason for him not to stim onto these tanks if he was going to end up fighting them anyway. So I think that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. Marines, tanks, and medevacs will continue to move along for now. Second tank still stepping across. Going to see these Marines going to try and stim in. A lot of tank siege up from Kua. A lot of those Marines getting absolutely blasted. Kua turned this around with that defense. He was down a lot, but this fight here I think was specifically bad while, calming the storm on the left side with the Liberators. That was an absolutely massive move, and that's exactly why things have swung here pretty heavily as the tank's on siege and we pull back around to the right. Is Percival the new kid? I wouldn't necessarily call him the new kid. I mean, he's been around for quite a long time. He's maybe one of the newer players who you see having success at the high level, I guess it's fair to say. So maybe newer to the scene in terms of the top, but I mean, he was in a GSL like years upon years ago, you know. Yeah, I guess relatively still, yeah, younger, a little bit more, a little younger and so on, sure. Most Vikings gonna get after this medevac. It's gonna go down. A few Marines are gonna stim up as well, trying to join in on the fight on that. The Marines are gonna come boosting to the bottom side of the map. There is a Liberator here that is stopping mining. Kua really has taken control of this game back into his hands. He's now got one medevac that will drop forward with some Marines. It's going to be an easy tank kill. There was no tank sieged up nearby for the friendly fire, but that's fine. The Marines can kill it themselves. And now Q is the one who's pushing on two fronts, and it might be Percival's turn to take a great defense and turn it into something. I tell you what, Percival does have the base count. At least, before he loses this base, he did. Because it was about to be 5 bases set up versus a 4th base establishing. Now he's going to be minus 25 SCVs. Maybe the base as well. Another tank siege, I think, is going to stop this, but what a denial from Q, because the one way that Percival was still very much so leading this game is now being denied as well. He gets into a better and better position. Rough couple of minutes for Percival? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything since this fight over here has been rough for him. Like, he had a great early game, and he just wasn't able to capitalize on the position he took. He, allowed Q to fight his way back into it defensively, and bam, now Q's taking complete control. He's even, I mean, look how deep this game is. The main is mined out pretty much. Q says, you know what? I'm just going to take this and float it over here. It's kind of funny, right? Because actually, the main base always used to mine out minerals very quick. Now with the reduced gas count on the geysers, with only 2,000 gas available, the gas mines out of the main very quickly too, so you can justify moving your main base a lot sooner as the Terrans, because, in the past you'd want to keep it there to keep mining gas. If you still have 1,000 gas across these two refineries, you're not going to leave, move your main base, but now there's no reason to keep it there. It's one of the most baffling changes with gas removal. I mean, okay, I say 1,000 gas. Before any of the economy changed, it was 250 gas per thing, right? And then the minerals were meant to last longer, but that's not still really comparable to the gas. It's interesting that it kind of mines out a similar kind of pace there, to the point where, you would never see this main base floated so early in a game before. This is like a 14-15 minute float, and it's an 8-worker start, right? So if you think about, like, would you ever float your main to a 5th base at 12 minutes in like a game that we're used to the timings of? Absolutely not. Percival's in a ton of trouble here, guys. The SCVs again absolutely battered. 13 workers down. This orbital is going to take a bit more fire as well. I think this one is doomed, to say it politely. This Pure is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3 semi-final matchup. Heading to game 2 in a few moments' time. Alright, game 2 in a second then, guys. Get this on the way. Let's continue our way through this WardiTV Summer Cup Qualifier. These players are all qualified, of course, but playing for some prize money. Kick this off in just a few moments. I guess I'll run ads just in case it's a long TVT as well. Cool. Gear's relogging, so maybe just a little bit of an issue, which is slowing us down here. Cool. Hey, what's up, fruit seller? Apparently Q thought it was best of one because we were joking around at the start. My bad. Yeah, so because Percival, we allowed Percival to play a best of one for the Crank Gathers thing, and it turned out to be like a 30-minute epic TVT. And apparently, while discussing that, we joined this lobby, and I was like, Percival was like, sorry for the delay. I was like, no problem. Quick best of one, ha ha ha. And then Q was like, okay, go best of one. But I thought Q was just joking, but apparently he actually thought it was best of one. But we're obviously best of three in here in the semis. This will load into game 2 in a second. Let's see if we get in game. Because obviously the Korean server's a bit bugged right now, guys. And actually starting a game has taken a few attempts like this. Oh, no, we're in. We're in, we made it, never mind. In the top right hand side, we're going to have ourselves the blue Terran player up a game in this best of 3. It is going to be Percival. One of this will play SHIN in a best of 3 as well. After this, for the finals, a little bit of prize money on the line. Here in the bottom left is the one who's actually up a game. Sorry, got my scores the wrong way around there for a second. And SCV onto the map very early, so expecting that to be a fun little starting point. To bring this about, just going to see the racks coming through there for a couple of seconds. Getting this settled down. SCV with the proxy, and we are going to have the double racks from Q to try and put some pressure on early then. So, see how this is going to go. Our Reapers are on their way. Take a couple moments and see where this goes again. A couple of Reapers coming about for a little bit. In that position. Now we're going to see the first Reapers already diving in. Sorry. So, Reapers coming across. Sorry, I had an issue on the screen with someone asking about something for tomorrow's qualifier. Reapers are in, but one Reaper already down is kind of a painful experience, plain and simple. And and Percival is just going to straight away win this from killing the first Reaper. Sorry guys, like I say, someone was asking something about the games, and I got distracted at a bad time. I thought we were good. My bad. Alright, we're going to go to game 3. Plain and simple. Alright, into game 3 here in the next couple of moments. And kick this off. Apologies, guys. I've been enjoying the commentary a lot recently. I'm excited for the new season for Zero Space. Nice comment. Not a great game for backing that up. Yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed casting Zero Space. When we cast it a little while ago, I'm super excited because we're casting it again soon. Like at the start of August. So, yeah, I'm probably going to play a little bit. I might even run a little tournament or something to kind of get in the casting spirit of it a bit more too. Yeah, I mean, it's also... I think it's fun to have a new game that's actually kind of interesting to look at and to see how it goes. I'm not sure what it will be like long term. I'm not sure if it's going to be something we can really dedicate a lot of time to, but like, I think games that are genuinely just fun to watch are fun to follow and fun to see what kind of people do with it and stuff as well, right? So, yeah, I think so. As we get ourselves some SCVs into business, and Kira's going to move out onto the map early again. You never expect the 2 racks twice, guys. Never expect the 2 racks twice. Barracks number 1, soon to be joined by Barracks number 2. Alright, so 2 barracks coming over. I'm just going to see the Marine is popping out from Percival, so that's going to be kind of interesting, right? That this Marine first. You get the Marine out. Can be actually pretty good defensively, but does lack the regen ability and the mobility of the Reapers. SCV heading down the bottom, getting a couple of Reapers in the orbital coming up, Marine in the SCV coming through. Yeah, just waiting for these Reapers. The thing about Percival is it's a no scout. It's also multiple Marines, which I feel like is very tough for him because multiple Marines means you're not building into the Reaper at all. If you get to the high ground here as Cure, and because it's a no scout, you can wait for 2 Reapers. Like, there is nothing to fight this. Now the expansion, no factory, Barracks is busy moving. Please don't start an add-on. That might just be game over for Percival this time, as Cure can stop the factory from building. It's not even close to being done. Yeah, I mean, not having a Reaper of your own against this is brutal. And especially, like, if you kept building Marines, you could have had 4 Marines, so maybe that's something that you can do something with, but no information on this, and this has just become a Reaper roundup of a series. We're going to get the react on the barracks soon, but the damage is already going to be done by then. Percival knows it. GG's. Kira will play the finals against SHIN. Well, Kira thought it was a best of 1. It may as well have been, because that first game decided it, and the Reapers just trade out games for game 2 and 3. As Kira SHIN will wrap us up today. Alright, so we'll go Kira SHIN for a final best of 3, guys. And that will just decide some prize money. Like I say, it's going to be a fast stream. These streams are going to be fast when it's just the qualifiers, guys. They're kind of built like this. They're not meant to be super long. We've gone on the days of getting like 30 players for a qualifier for these events, realistically. So, yeah, those days are kind of gone. We do have qualifier again tomorrow, and then on... I mean, tomorrow... Today I'm going out with Helen later, but tomorrow maybe we'll do some StarCraft after. I want to cast some replays from GSL. Did they put the GSL CK replays on the GSL Patreon? Because if they did, I'm going to sign up and get those. I don't think they put them up. Yeah, let me figure that out, guys. Yo, what's up, Grim K? Thank you for the 15-month resub on the Prime. Let me message in here quickly about that. I'll ask. Try and get Ducklings casted. Yeah, I don't want to get them off the Ducklings, though, because typically GSL replays are behind Patreon. I don't want to go grabbing people's replays without paying them, you know? I would not like it if people did that for my replays. So, yeah. I know multiple people who have the replays, I just don't... I don't want to go grab them for free if they typically want to block them, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, Graham K, thank you for the 15-month resub on the Prime. If you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget you can obviously Prime sub it up to help support. Always appreciate it. Always appreciate it. Okay, apparently Q had some issues, but it looks as though that's getting resolved. Lovely. I'd like to see it. Love to see it. Alright, we'll probably get into Kyoshin here very soon, guys. Kick this off. I can't see SHIN either. Cool. Alright. I'll get going soon then. But yeah, I want to cast some of the GSL CK replays because there's just some fun plays and stuff. So maybe tomorrow we do like a qualifier into some replay casting. We could also maybe... What else has happened that we haven't casted? I mean, I don't really like casting Home Story Cup replays. Too bit far gone. Yeah. Not sure. Not sure. It's just going to be best of 3 in the final, guys. What does the CK stand for? I don't know what it stands for, but it just means it's not like GSL. It's like basically like GSL monthly, where they do like different formats. I don't know what the CK actually stands for. Maybe someone else knows. It's basically like a GSL event that's not GSL, essentially. How much funding has GSL got on Patreon right now? Does not show it, actually. Doesn't show it, does it? Out of 10 of these edge gonna be our opening map, guys. Gonna get this going in a second. Let's count this down. SHIN vs. Cure, cheeky little best of 3. Coming at you guys right now. I'll get this going. Should probably update my own replay pack for the YouTubers as well. I'll do that after we wrap up today. And get it open so I remember. Sweet. Let's go. Let's cast ourselves a ZVT to wrap us up, guys. Let's get it going. Let's see what happens as we get ourselves going. Overlord drone on the way through our depot builds, and the Overlord begins to actually move across. We'll go follow that for a few moments. We're chilling again. Raxias coming through. SCV on the way. The hatchery building. I get ourselves settled in. Yeah, like to say a little best of 3 final for this qualifier. Some prize money difference: $50 versus $25 for first or second. Slowly following our Overlord over the map. And I don't know, guys. Twitch chat's quiet, YouTube's quiet. Champions career means, oh, that's a cheap one. Ah, okay, fair enough. Cool. But yeah, everything's quiet. The start of the game's quiet. What's going on, guys? What day is it today? Thursday? It's nearly the weekend. It's nearly the weekend. It's quiet. Too quiet. Hype. There we go. My brain's still in the mode of where, like, we wait for a minute and sometimes, like, being quiet for a minute, whatever. No one's talking. I don't talk, you know, for a minute or so is fine, but, like, it really is, like, 2.5 to 3 minutes of, like, quiet time nowadays at the start of a game. My brain's not quite there in terms of figuring that out, you know? Contemplating life and chilling. Yeah, I don't blame you guys for not talking. I chill a lot in streams. I barely ever talk in streams. I get it. I'm just saying I'm so used to, like, it being fine just to be quiet and let the game kind of play for a minute or so, but that doesn't really... It's not really the case anymore because it's not really just a game, right? How am I doing? Oh, I'm good. I'm just chilling, enjoying some games with you guys. Like I say, a short day for me. It's not bad. I definitely want to do something a bit longer tomorrow, guys. I think we'll grab a couple of... like I said, I'm going to grab replays from somewhere. I don't know what we're going to grab. If I can't get GSL CK replays, maybe we do something else. Yeah, I'm not sure. Reaper hubs down. Again, a couple of Hellions still coming up. Starport and the Orbital on the way through. Refinery coming in. Link Speed, Queen, Drone, and the Hatch all producing. We do have this Reaper poking in the front. Going to try and fight against this Creep Tumor. Creep taking some damage. The Reaper pulls back over to that left side. Queen going to be there to push on that Reaper as well. Again, the Zerg and Speed continue to come up for the moment. Going to be counting down finish very soon. So we got the Link Speed done. Can I get a shout out to Clan IMKS in Mexico? Shout out Clan IMK. It's nice that there's still like StarCraft's in a weird place, right? But it's still nice that we have like clans and teams and like a lot of stuff that's still, it's not as big as it used to be, right? Of course it isn't, but it's still nice that these things exist on the community level too. Like if you want to get involved on that community level, you still can. I think that's really nice. Well, Hellions just sitting at the front. They deny that first Zergling, looking for a scout early very nicely. A Ling getting forward is a big deal. If it gets up this ramp, you see the Cloak and the Banshee, for example. So this denial from Kua does a lot to kind of protect the information of the game away from his opponent. Yeah, okay, you see the triple CC, and maybe the CC timing anyway tells you enough. But it does, like I say, guarantee that your opponent doesn't know exactly what the build is. You know, you don't necessarily know it's Banshees, unless you are very confident with the exact timings of everything else that's going on anyway, and you can figure it out from there. Like I say, I think that would be kind of a tough one to look at. As you see, our Carabase coming about. Drones, the Queen continue to come through. Group spread is pushing around in this main base a little bit. The Hellions are going to start moving out, and a couple of Hellions down that right side as well. Let's have again our Banshee Marine cloaking the Stimp back coming through. Extra barracks and the Orbital Command coming up as we speak. And this army of Kua is readying itself. I mean, it's just Hellions on the map, but once the Banshees are out as well, this kind of dual threat of Hellion and Banshee can be very scary to a Zerg. You hit one side with the Hellions, the Queens pull over, bam, Banshees find an opening. Right now, the Hellions are just going to run for it. Oh, I don't love that split on the Lings. You let a few Lings buy some time. Maybe I do love the split on the Lings, actually. 4 drones only. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I didn't love the split on the Lings. I was like, oh, now half the Lings went down and you didn't really get anything. But you slow it down enough and then the Queens converge in and get a full wrap on these Hellions. And you had a few Lings left to grab them as well. Yeah, that was a lot. I mean, it's all of your map control bar the Banshee's gone, so you're taking a third base becomes a lot more difficult. Holding that from counterattacks becomes a lot more difficult. You killed a lot of Lings, but I don't think it was good enough. 16 Lings for 8 Hellions is a good trade anyway because of the importance of those Hellions for Kua. And like I say, you get a few drones on top. It's nice. I still don't think it's enough for justifying losing the Hellions. Because like I say, it's more than just like the position you're in now. It's what SHIN can do from here. First of all, the Hellions are gone, so you don't really feel any pressure to build Lings right now, so your drone straight is 75. And then, like I say, the third base comes down, and this is now a permanent issue. Before you had 8 Hellions that would clean up any sort of Zergling counterattack on this position. Now you've got nothing unless you commit Marines there. And if you commit Marines there, you're not going to be as aggressive on the map with your medevac drops. And your other units, and even, 4 or 5 Marines here is not going to do much either. You can wall off and so on and set up nicely, but it's definitely an issue as right now Kua tries to get the most as possible out of these Banshees, but he loses one of them as well. So this early game from Kua is absolutely going the wrong way. Definitely not heading kind of the way we want it to right now. Not an ideal situation at all. Marines, tanks move over to the right. We are going to drop this factory into the front, so already Kua saying that this is going to be a double factory kind of a game. I don't think he has the momentum behind him to go into an 8 racks. It's kind of a massive map for 8 racks as well. It's not ideal. Innovation did it against Scarlet, I think, in the Chinese event in Douyu Cup, but I don't think it's necessarily enough as the Lings and the Banes are going to threaten to run forward here. Tank will siege. Banes looking to roll through. Tank fire is pretty good. Knocking down a lot of those Banes. The Lings and the Queens wrap around to clean up in the end. The last few Marines are going to go running. This is just a super solid shutdown. I mean, losing your tanks now as well. Q is already in kind of defense mode where it's just like, let's get to 4 bases and let's just camp it out. Let's turtle it up. He's just lost so much, I'd say momentum, but he never really had momentum in this game. He's just not going to have a chance to ever have it with how things are going. It's been a pretty brutal situation so far as Marines and Medevacs work their way over to the right side for the moment. Just going to be stepping over there. So yeah, Marines and Medevacs heading across. Be able to get a Ling. Now the Overseer popping out as well. Bane, what are we going to do? Marines kind of getting wrapped around for a few moments. The 2-2 upgrades are still coming up. The drilling clause is halfway done as well. Marines and Medevacs still gathering around. The Marines will unload from these Medevacs. I'm just going to be singling Bane, looking for the chance to run in at these Marines. We're going to load up. The button is good from Kua. Very smooth load up. I believe that was a button moment. You can tell it's the button, I think, by when the medevacs move rather than the Marines move sometimes as well. Yeah, there's just something about it that just looks much more automated. This is an interesting set of rocks. You don't really see much of the top right of that Eternity's Edge, but yeah, there's rocks that you can very easily walk around, but open up that lane much more heavily. Very big deal if you end up fighting this base versus this base, I guess, later in the game. I almost feel like by that point, rocks are not going to slow you down or stop you from doing anything, though. So, kind of an intriguing set of rocks that I don't know how much how many decisions they really kind of, you know, find for you. As the Lings are going to step in, the few Marines are going to fight. A bunch of those Lings already go down. The Banes are going to come over, crashing into these Marines. Medevacs load up, pull away a little bit. The Marines continue to pull around. Changelings coming up as well. These Medevacs will load up, and we're going to go boosting elsewhere. Like Den, Hatchery, Hive, all building in. The Lingbane drone count continue to produce. Plus Team Elliot, +1 missiles. Again, all of that producing through the T2 upgrades on the side of Kua. What's coming into play for these next few moments? The Lings will wrap around. This set of rocks is kind of random as well, no? Yeah, it obviously creates a little bit of like avenue on this, what is otherwise very open space. I guess SHIN is having to invest some time to deal with it as well, as those Widow Mines do very well for Kua. SHIN trying to run to the bottom left side, but Kua will actually do well there, and Kua's pulling himself back in the game a little bit. A few trades in his favor. Again, a lot of army shut down from the Zerg is very nice for him, as he is up on the 4 bases behind this as well. Is going to be there, Overlord pulling away. The Widow Mine shot, a couple Lings go down. As well with the Banes gather around again. Still a lot of units over on the left side. Group spread still pushing forward. Widow Mine shot hits a few of those Banes. Lingbane still running through. Widow Mine's going after the Zerglings. Another Widow Mine goes off, man. Some of these Widow Mine connections is definitely like the change in time to fire, right? Where in the past, it's one of these changes where like it's a very small change, but actually in moments like this, it's like that mine dies beforehand and it doesn't shoot. Whereas now you get a few more units out of it. It's one of those moments where it's like it feels as though in the past that mine should have died. And there's a couple connections there, I'm like, oh, the mines are gone. And, you know, your natural instinct tells you they're going to die, and they don't. It's that change coming into effect. Transfuse to try and save the Lurkers a moment or two. Spines as well. But the mines burrow up, the Lings run in. To be fair, the Lurkers and the Spines did their job. They bought time. We are going to need to get a little bit more over here soon, though, as Fire coming back over. Lingbane Lurker on the push up to the top of the map. Going to start running into position here. Banes are going to roll across, just going to get through a few Marauders. The Marines setting up as well. But these Lurkers burrow up and going to go after these Marines that are fighting. I mean, we're going to pull back to other Lurkers too. This is going to be the issue for Kua. He stims again. His units are going to be super low, but the Lurkers get overrun. And so SHIN will get pushed away from this spot. These Widow Mines will go down before they do much else. 13 SCVs dead on that previous attack. Kua has a good amount of army supply running across the map, but look at the HP bars. In the orange and red, this army is half dead already, so don't let the supply fool you. This is not as strong as it maybe should be. Widow Mines are okay, but they're just not good enough, as now SHIN overwhelms. Kua has to lift up and get out of there with these medevacs. And that is going to be the denial as we now run continuing over the map here as SHIN finds the split in the end there. A couple of lib siegings to help us out as well, help push things back the other way. Widow Mine's going to go bang bang. Queen's going down. The Lings will run forward again. Widow Mine going to hit the Hydras. The Lings still swarming. This is where you just see SHIN, I think, getting into a little bit too good of a position and just having a lot of momentum behind him to really make things happen with as well. And fantastic in that regard. After Banes gather, Lingbane Hydra going to run through. Fungal's going to land under a bunch of these Marines. Widow Mine's going off. The Bane's still pushing forward. I'm just going to step up as well, going after that lib. Manson morphing into an orbital. Just going to see these two medevacs going to load up. They're going to boost away. Run up, Hydra's going to come storming through. Couple missile turrets going down. Orbitals on the planetary going to get jumped on. Nice fungal as well. The Bane's connect on the Widow Mines this time. Shin doing what he needs to do, with just keeping the economy of Q low. I love this. Build the base and the orbital next to it, so that's 2 CCs that go down. Maybe this base is going to become an idea. We have the command center finishing here. Shin will try and take the bottom left. If Q isn't defending this position and instead defends here, you're going to be able to hold this gold very easily. It's going to be tough for the Terran to find drops and units to kind of spare to go in that direction. The drone's going down as we dive on in. A couple of Liberators setting up. Lurkers. It's going to be pulling away right now, so those libs get settled. The Lurkers are back it up. Just going to see this Bioforce gathering. A couple of libs are going to siege once more. On the right side, medevac goes down. The Lings are continuing. There's going to be a cleanup. At least we've got some drones, though, and Q's push forward is good for the moment. Fungal's going to hold him back a little bit, at least. Bergen's not able to do much else. This Hydra going to go down. Ling Bane still rolling forward. Hydra's pushing in as well. The Rock's going to get dropped. It's not going to change too much. I guess it kind of stops coming from this direction. Shin was already kind of here, though. The Lib's getting done. Trying to say desiccated? Decimated. God, what I have no idea what I was going for on that one. Oh, it's kind of a lovely fungal. No, we're going to kill all the medevacs as well. It's a reset of tech, and medevacs are tech, right? They cost you gas. They stop you from building liberators if you have to build medevacs instead. Too much momentum here from Shin. This one is going to be GG's. And Shin is going to take the opening game of this BO3 matchup in the finals today. A little bit of prize money on the line. Like I say, it's not a super serious deal. Not best of 5 in it, but just a bit of prize money. We're fighting for. Get us an extra couple of games in as we get ready for game 2 very soon. We're gonna go to Rainfall. Head into a second map, guys. As we have in the top left, our blue Zerg. This is going to be Shin up 1-0. We could just desiccate the Liberators. Yeah, really dry them out. There's no oil left in the Liberators. They don't operate now. Does that work? Maybe. I don't know what I was going for in this one. I was just looking for Decimate, and I just lost my wording halfway through. Here in the bottom right, looking to bounce back in this best of 3. Does Terra need a new anti-swarm unit? I don't think so. I think mines are very... I don't think mines are very good right now, but it's still a case of like figuring out how to use them, and some people are better playing mine styles than others are as well. Some mines get some good shots here. I think there was a lot of good moments for... here in this last game. Overload coming down. Just gonna have the Rex and the SCV coming through. Here we're coming about, just gonna see that SCV heading to the upper left. Hatches are going to be halfway done. Reaper has just popped. And we start to move across the map. You're pretty good with medevac mine drop. Is that still bugged, by the way, where you can load up the mines and they fire from the medevacs? Maybe just cells again. CC, factory reactor coming through SCV. Producing a couple queens and drones going to be on their way across. Just have, instead of getting into position. This Reaper just heads across, so a little bit of journey, away we go. The factory is about to finish. The couple queens are going to be here, Reaper. Let's take a few more shots. The queens continue across with that. Link speed coming over as well. This 2-base live is something that Shin's been doing a lot of. He needs to be mixing up what he does for there as well. Sometimes he plays mutas, sometimes he plays just kind of pretty fast hydras. Played pretty fast hydras against some of that Clem kind of marine base pressure the other day. Obviously, with the 2 bases and the lead build, you're not going to have as high of a queen count. So, while we saw the queens being a major part of the defense against Hellions earlier, you're going to have to make sure you've got a few more lings. You're also not going to have to drone up as much, because you're obviously building into a scenario where you've only got 2 bases to saturate early. As such, you can essentially kind of build a few more lings that you wouldn't typically build if you're trying to saturate 3 bases instead. Grenade goes off, the Ling's gonna get there, Hellion and the Reaper just gonna get shoved away. So the Hellions go down. A little bit of lost mine time, but pretty well defended, honestly, by Shin. Now the X2 Hellions are in the natural. They only get 2 drones out of that. Yeah, okay, they lined up. 4 drones total. 4 drones, 4 Hellions. I mean, you still don't really hate that as the Zerg. You know, it's an inefficient trade of the Terran side. Obviously, there was lost mining time involved as well, though, so that's one more thing to kind of think on about it. This thing's going to pull back toward the natural. 3rd hatchery finishing very soon. Hellions, Marine, Reaper gathering up on this natural again. Cloaking on the way up. Spire is going to be building already from Shin as well. And a bunch of cloaking. Just going to get after a couple drones. Try and put a little bit more pressure on at the moment. Barracks all on the way. Stimpack and +1 coming up. Baynest is about to finish on the side of Shin. A little lag spike there. Hero Chamber coming through too. And yeah, the Spire is done, so it is going to be mutas this time around. 5 of them start up pretty quickly. Cure, only a +1 upgrade. Is it only a single engineering bay? Ooh, that's scary. Because what that means is that you're essentially committing to pretty heavy aggression off this 2-base setup, and the 2 more barracks obviously indicate that as well. Now, what's interesting is that Shin sees this, right? We lost some drones to the Banshees. Shin sees this because he saw the extra barracks building. So unless he thinks it's 3cc, very intriguing just because of the fact that it's obviously going to be essentially a 2-base commitment from Kua against Shin, who's been a bit more aggressively built up early anyway. Banshees go down to those mutas, so now you know about them. Mutas are not the best fighting units either. Bane speed on the way up, that is nice. We're going to get Carapace. I wouldn't hate it if it was just Carapace here either and no melee upgrades. You have double Evo. No, just a single one. I like that because I feel like it's cheap enough to do so right now, especially with carapace cost being different now. I think it's cheap enough and it's the most effective thing. And right now, it's all about making sure you have enough units. 56 drones is more than enough. We want to cut there. And from here on out, we need unit production. As SHIN, does he recognize what's going on? I love the mutas threatening a few Marines in the back, forcing stims already. This is good. Every stim right now is medevac energy to be used before the bigger fight. Gonna threaten the medevac in the background too. Couple of shots, just not dealing damage with the mutas, but threatening damage is already doing a lot. And it's slowed, Q down a little bit from advancing over the map. Banes are ready. Banes be done in a few seconds. We preemptively stim for the Overlord and a creep tumor here. SHIN has plenty to deal with this. And the problem is from Q is you can't lift up as a retreat from this. If you lift up, the mutas dive on you. And if the mutas dive on you, bye-bye medevacs, bye-bye units. So the moment you get overwhelmed here, it falls apart very quickly. So you're playing a very dangerous game. Third CC has started, so we've got a backup plan on the way through. We lose one muta now. And we're actually going to head into the main base. There are missile turrets up in the mineral lines. We find a Marine. Like I say, there's not been a lot of damage dealt by the mutalists in terms of units killed. As we're actually going to see that Tech Lab get into finished combat shield. Not a lot of damage dealt, but I do think they're causing a response and causing some action. Not going to be great when you fly over the Marines there, though. Good positioning, however, we are out on the map with these units, and SHIN does get a catch. Now the muta count is not as scary to jump onto medevacs with, though. 5 new mutas being made, probably essential, because like I say, 5 mutas are just not scary enough to threaten you. 10 mutas absolutely are. Ling Bane going to spread out. A couple of Widow Mines looking to try and shoot. A couple of Banes connected in. The Ling Bane continues to roll on forward. Widow Mines go down. Is this good enough? We get after a few more Marines. I don't think that was good enough from SHIN. He needs to pull back. He needs the next round of Baneling starting right now. He has the gas for 1 Baneling. Now he has the gas for 2 more. He started 3 more mutas. With those mutas, I think you need to cancel those and build the Banelings instead. Like I say, I understand you want to get to a higher muta count, but getting to a higher muta count means nothing if you die in the process. 2 of the Banelings are morphing and get cancelled. It's a Ling muta fight. The Baneling gets target fired down. I don't think SHIN is going to have a way to deal with this. Or is he? Is the Ling muta actually going to be able to be enough? Widow Mines. I got a muta and a couple of Bane and a Ling. Not too much. SHIN holds on still. I thought that was going to be the end of him. I didn't think he had enough to push this back this time around. Wasn't it 1-0 for SHIN? Nope, it was 1-0 for SHIN. I don't know what I've done. Oh, I've Control X'd at some point, that's why. Sorry, SHIN should be on the top of the scoreboard. I've just accidentally swapped them mid-game, I think. Or I forgot to swap them or so. Apologies, guys, as the mutas looking to try and make a way into the center here. The few Marines are going to be nearby, push that back. Medevacs are going to go take a chance to move into the main base. Bane muta going to fly in. The Medevacs are just going to load up already. And away they go. You can see the mutas pulling back around, going to get to this third base. We killed a few SCVs this time, which is very nice. As now the Medevacs continue over. Again, +1 fly carapace, +1 melee upgrade coming up. Marines, SCVs, and the Widow Mines producing 2. Just going to get this missile turret killed off as well. Oh, Widow Mine friendly fire splash actually does a lot of work there to soften up these units, make it easier for the mutas to get kills. SHIN is definitely getting a little bit more control of this game at the moment. This main base is still not mining. I don't think we had to go back in one more time. Oh, he gets cut off as well! Oh, okay. The long con from Q was beautiful. We've now lost 14 meters in this game, and I just don't think it's the kind of game it's not like 14 meters and we've been up at like 25 to 30. We've been eating mine shots and big fights. It's like we've lost 14 meters while applying some mild harassment around the map, basically. Don't love where it's at for SHIN at the moment. Like I say, having to replenish these meters a few too many times just feels so expensive. Resources lost 5.5 to 8.1k favoring Q. It's a lot for this stage of the game, and again, that's what it really comes down to. Like, at this point in time, that is a big difference already. Meters out to the far left side. Loyalists, turn away. And what are we going to do? Going back up around the top, just going to be seen again. 2-2 upgrades coming up on either side already. The Marines, the medevacs continuing over. Hey, thank you, Kaio Kankem, for the 40-month resub, by the way. Appreciate the support. Thanks for helping WardiTV stay up and running. We appreciate you. Slings want to make a bit of a jump onto this. The Lynx getting pushed away. The Marine's going to be there. T2 coming about. Marine Marauder mine. Missile turrets. Drilling close. Because of shells, even. Heroes pushing with a 40 supply lead. 40 army supply lead, that is. SHIN does have some eco advantage, but Q's also split pushing. He's got to push on the right side as well. So he's very confident with where he's at. I mean, SHIN is pretty well pre-split here. Maybe too many units split to the top right, but that means he should dominate that position. He needs to make sure he shuts down the bottom left side, though. Good job by Q. He pulled back already. He realized that this was maybe looking scary, although if SHIN can still catch those units, that would be great. Going to the medevacs, the muters cleaning you up. There's mines back over here. The mines are going to go off. Some friendly fire, maybe. Yeah, doesn't do too much. Here's dive in. Missile turret. Taken out. Another wooden mine looking to try and get a connection. The barracks taking some shots as well. Another missile turret. Make it a couple. Going down right now. SCVs are going to fall. That's 8 workers going down. The meters escape. Again, good job from SHIN when he does get these meters in. Doing well. Forward of mines. Up and burrow. The meters pulling back over. Fire force into the center of the map. The Widow Mine shot comes through the Bioforce. Coming around, the meters, the Overseer gathering. SHIN has slowed this down enough to draw this to a later stage of the game. Kyo definitely took a lot of control early. I can say SHIN really bounced back pretty well so far. Up against the front, the Marine's going to be there. Widow Mines, the Bane's going to roll up. We need to try and not let these Widow Mines do that much. That next Widow Mine shot was a lot better. He pulled a few of the Banes back. Go against some shots off. The Bane's going to get towards the base. We are going to deny the planetary. Only 4 SCVs. New CC is on its way, but not done yet. That would have been amazing if we could have got forward enough to cancel that base as well. That would have been really solid. And he's going to stem it up once more. A couple of Banes begin to go down. Just going to see the Ling Bane continue to come over and look to position itself on this left-hand side. Muta Ling on the right side. Set up as well. Widow Mine still selling. Both players have lost a lot recently. Actually have to lift up into these medevacs, making an escape. Mutas are hot on the tail, and if we can't unload, it's very scary very quickly. Mutas are going to dive in. There's a medevac still full of units here. We're not targeting though. We're just targeting whatever's on the ground. As the Lings, Mutas combine to do what is possible. There's not enough Marines. We obviously can keep chasing this as well with the Mutalisks. I knew Thor should stop that. There's that CC, by the way. It's not even in position yet, as we do find ourselves one more Widow Mine. There's an Overseer going to eat this shot, but it actually splashes onto, I think, 2 more Mutas. Oof. Yo, Angry Veteran, thank you so much for the 30 bits. Appreciate you. Thank you for supporting. Bio is going to head to the left once again. Spinecrawl is in position. 1, 2, 3 of those going down very quickly. Extra Banelings are going to roll over this left-hand side. Another Mutalisk gets cleaned out. The Banes are going to start getting to the center here. A couple of mines going off. These mines haven't been super crazy good, though. This one on the Mutas was... Oh, we get the medevac. It saved the Thor. Only to kind of get picked off immediately. And Kira says, GG. Wow. Did he just lose so much? He has nothing to follow up with. He has 11 Marines on the map. Maybe this base just dies. It's not even a planetary yet. So yeah, maybe he just loses too much and SHIN instantly gets across to the 4th. Wow. SHIN with the 2-0 to double up the prize money he'll take from this qualifier. As mentioned, guys, SHIN, Kua, and MaNa and Percival are all qualified for the WardiTV Summer Cup, which begins in a few days. It begins on Saturday, Group A already. So we begin on Saturday with Group A. And we'll have another qualifier tomorrow for 4 more players to qualify. It is open. If you guys would like to play in Qualifier 2, you are very welcome to. So that is available if you want to go check it out. So yeah, Qualifier 2 tomorrow. Yeah, I think tomorrow we'll do Qualifier 2. I think I'm going to try stream like 4 or 5 hours tomorrow, guys. I will do like an hour and a half of replays. We do have Crank Gathers replays. Crank's been sending me the replays for the Crank Gathers event, so maybe we should actually dip our toes into that a little bit. The only thing I don't love about that is it's Brood War versus SE2. It's not that I don't love it, I just don't understand it, you know? I'm not a, yeah, I don't really know what happens in Brood War versus SE2, but I think we can still cast some games. I think it'd probably still be fun. So yeah, I think we might dip our toes into that a little bit. If I can't get that, I would rather do the GSLCK replays, but if we can't get our hands on those, we can maybe have a look at that instead. So perhaps that is the plan. Aran. Alrighty, then what we'll do, guys, is we're going to wrap it up here today. We will come back tomorrow with qualifier number 2. We have got, again, the 24/7 stream. I will link that in the chat again. If that's what we're going to raid when we end the stream. So once the ads are done, we're going to raid you guys to the 24/7 channel. If you just want to watch with some more background wardy noise, then that will be there for you guys to check out, basically. So yeah, you guys can check that out if you do so wish. And I will see you guys tomorrow for more StarCraft 2 with another qualifier. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.